try to mute all your sound because all your mic create the sound. Okay, okay, let's take a look. Now we are in the chapter 3, explanation of the normal and expedient path of the 5 vehicle. No, this is wrong. We are not in the chapter 3. We are in the chapter 4. Should be correct. It's in the chapter 4. Okay, 3 vehicle. Let's take a look. Okay, we are in okay, chapter 4, explanation on the essence and stages of practice of the 3 vehicle. All right. So chapter 4, section 1 is the essential core to practicing the path of the 3 vehicle. All right. Chapter 4, section 2 is the stages of practice in the 3 vehicle. Part 1 is doing the object clearly. In stage 1 is explaining the differences in the type of people who undertake this path. Number 1, generally the Stravaka practitioner are the main audience of the 3 vehicle. Number 2, detailed explanation on the different aspects of this practitioner. Okay, differences from the aspects of livelihood. Those preferring the householder life, okay. Let me make it bigger, See, make it see clearly. Okay, bigger, right? Okay, Okay, differences from the aspect of livelihood. Those preferring the household life and those preferring the monastic life. Okay, we have gone through this. All right. Then we got the differences from the aspect of spiritual foundation, including both householder and the monastic. All right. Those who are more faith-oriented at first and those who are more rational. Okay. I think until now, you know yourself very well whether you are faith-oriented people or rational-oriented people. In stage 2, we try to explain the elements that make up this path. First is the general explanation that the main focus of the 3 vehicle is the study of the 4 noble truths and the law of our dependent originations. Number 2 is detailing the causes and results relating to the mandate and supramandate world according to the 4 noble truths. Overviewing of the 4 noble truths, okay, and detailed explanation of the 4 noble truths. So today, I think our study scope is about this area, detailed explanation of the 4 noble truths. Maybe we will go through, reflect on the causes and result in the mandate word. Then we can cover the scope, reflect on the causes and result of the supramandate word too. I think this a few aspects we can go through. All right. So let me try to roughly, okay, recap, okay, for our previous lesson. All right. Although they have a different character, they can cultivate the renunciation of the world in all in similar way. Meaning to say that no matter which one character you are, you could equally cultivate the behavior associated with the renunciation, no matter you are monk or layman, no matter you are rational type people, or maybe you are faith-oriented people. Ordinary people always judges everything in terms of their own character and preferences, unaware that the study of Buddhism, there is the Dharma common to the 3 vehicle, accommodates different types of the people. All right. Well, I mean, one day is a criticism. All right. Maybe the faith type people, understand orientated people, they used to comment that, okay, the faith type people are more blind practitioner. Okay. But vice versa, okay, how should I put it? The faith type people, they may criticize the wisdom type people overstudy, over academic and scholastic. All right, this is what happening now. We will try to avoid this. Okay, in short, since there are different characters and different styles in the study of Buddhism, one should respect each other and know oneself. Now we go to the 4 noble truths and dependent origination. Okay, Sally, can you please try to read through it? Yes, please on your mic. You haven't on your mic yet. Yes, now I on the mic for you already, Sally. Please go through it.
The way of liberation as taught by Buddha is the four truths and dependent origin. All the profound Buddha dharmas are evidenced by this. Although the doctrine that Buddha taught to be of different capacities are infinite and boundless, the way of liberation contained within the doctrine of truths and dependent origin. Apart from this, there's no world transcending Buddha dharma. Truth, no distortion. Truth is that is real. The Buddha's world transcending has four aspects: suffering, extinction, and the that is, it correctly reveals a specific factor of world suffering and its cause accumulation, and it explains the state of overcoming world, being rid of suffering, extinction, and the methods for doing so. The way one has to recognize the suffering of life and its causes. Then, in terms of extinguishing these causes, one can realize the truth and be suffering, limitless birth and death.
Okay, Sally, please stop. Okay, the effect is not that good. The sound effect is not that good. Never mind, we try. Elena, you try to read it out, please. Okay. Dependent originations. Okay.
It is concerned with the discovery of the origin of suffering and with the inexorable law of the mutual condition, causes of suffering and its effect. The origin of suffering and the law of cause and effect are found by thoroughly investigating. The way this law operates is that ignorance conditions volitional action conditions, consciousness condition, mental and physical phenomena condition, the six faculties. The six faculties conditions contact condition, sensation conditions, desire conditions, clinging conditions, existence conditions, birth conditions, aging, illness, and death. These are the classic 12 things of dependent origination. Actually, this is the explanation of the first and second truth, suffering and accumulation, in the form of a series. Dependent origination hopes that suffering and accumulation are dependent on conditions, relationship, factors, and causes for their genesis and existence. So if the conditions are changed, they can be extinguished. Their being extinguished will lead to emancipation, the third and fourth truth of extinction and the way. The main outline of the following explanation therefore follows the four truths, but the doctrine of dependent origination will be explained as well.
Okay, thank you. Okay, Elena, please off the mic. Okay. Yeah, I think off the mic. I think the sound system is not that good. Maybe the Wi-Fi is not that nice. Okay. How to off the mic, Elena?
Looking.
Okay.
I don't see the icon.
You don't see it. Okay. Yes, you off your mic already, but you off yourself at the same time. You off the camera at the same time. All right. Yeah, Elena, please try. Yes, see you. Okay, you managed to on your camera, but off the sound system already. Good. I think today Wi-Fi is not that good lah. So it is not consistent on the sound. class, okay, finish highlight, okay. Well, in 12 dependent originations, there is a 12 terminology from ignorance, volitional actions, consciousness to ill and death. Please memorize it now, okay? These 12 terminologies, please memorize it, okay? When you're satisfied for memorizing it, please let me know, okay?
Sivo, can I just ask, means the 12 links of dependent origination
Yes.
is ignorance, volitional action, consciousness, mental and physical phenomena. Mental and physical phenomena is considered one.
One.
Okay. Then contact, sensation, desire, clinging, birth, aging, illness, and death.
Okay, existence. I think you forget existence, am I right? You omit it.
Existence.
Existence. Please count. There should be 12, right?
Yeah, there's okay.
Yes.
Condition.
Okay. Please put up your hand once you have memorized it. Okay. okay? Okay. Elena, okay? Okay, roughly. Mr. Leong, Mrs. Leong, are you okay? Okay, let's take a look. If you're okay, this is very important to memorize it, okay? If it's okay for you, please draw a diagram besides here. Let's take a look. This is the ignorance, mental formations, consciousness. There's totally 12 here, all right? Ignorance and mental formation is considered past causes. And from consciousness to the let's see, okay, this is feeling, all right, is the present effects. From the cravings to the becoming is the present causes, and birth, aging, and death is the future effect. Please draw the diagram since you have memorized the 12 elements. Okay, please draw the diagram just besides somewhere in your books. The point is the past cause and present effects, and present causes and the future effects. Okay, this is very, very important in the three vehicle teaching.
Oh, maybe can you just give us the slide on this one, this thing?
You don't want to do yourself. you want to save some time lah, huh? Okay, no problem. I just send it to you lah, huh? Okay. Actually, by drawing yourself, you can remember better. Since you're so lazy, never mind. I'll send it to you. Okay. Okay. We continue.
A bit difficult to look at the chart.
I see. Because maybe the wording, right? And also the color make you feel difficult, right? Okay, no problem. I will send it to you. All right, later. Okay. So now we go through to the class. Okay, no problem. Okay, let's take a look here. Now we try to explain, all right, the way of liberation in brief contains within the doctrine of the four truth and the dependent originations. Okay, basically, class, if you, let's say, you go to visit wherever Theravadin temple, once they try to introduce the meditation method, basically they will be based on dependent originations and the Four Noble Truth. Okay, I think Mr. Leong know it very well. No matter which one temple, as long as that is the Theravada. Okay, some they will use these two concepts to structure their method of meditation. It could be detailed, it could be brief. Okay, the meditation could be profound, it could be simple. Okay, but if you go to the Mahayana and also in Tibetan Buddhism, you can hardly see them to use these two theories to construct their meditation method. I think maybe Elena know it well, since you go a lot of Mahayana temple and Sally, you've been in Mahayana practice for so long, seldom they use these two theories to explain. Am I right? They're more on Bodhisattva, more on more on six pyramid, okay, and more on emptiness, okay. So you see, since the popularity is different in the different region, okay, in Buddhism, so this is the reason why we see the difference between them, okay. So now, anyway, now we try to go through. Even though it's not that detailed, but I think will be enough. Maybe for Sally, Elena, if you go to try the Theravada meditation now. Truth means non-distortion. Okay, this is the truth. Okay, truth is that which is the real. Okay, the Buddha's world transcending doctrine has four aspects: suffering, accumulations, extinction, and the way. Okay, let's take a look. Here, suffering is the effect. Okay, accumulation is the cause. Extinctions is the effect, and the way is the cause. Basically, Four Noble Truth is the cause effect. Okay. Shakyamuni expound the Four Noble Truth in a very, in his very first speech. Okay, I remember he met 5 bhikkhu in Deer Park, in the Deer Park. It makes the Four Noble Truth so popular. Okay, but of course, the point during the expound is so simple. Okay, but later the commentator, to make it more complete and have more explanation, regards the Four Noble Truth. And then explains the state of overcoming. You see, let's take a look. He said, all right, what's the suffering? Suffering means correctly reveal the specific character of the human world, okay? And the cause is the accumulations, all right? Here means what? Suffering, sometimes there is a different interpretation, okay? It could be a type of the suffering, okay? I think maybe you have ever heard it before, right? Okay, 我们讲okay, 生老病死苦, okay? When you rebirth, okay? Aging, okay? 老, 生老病, okay? Sick, okay? Death, okay? And then also the suffering may be caused by between the relationship. But some, according to Abhidhamma, they will define the suffering as 5 aggregate. The reason is, once we have the 5 aggregates, then all the suffering appeared. If without the 5 aggregate, so we don't have much suffering. So this is the reason why some people, they don't like the 5 aggregate. Okay, in Indian, they got some school that practice the meditation, and once, especially if you don't like the 5 aggregate, you can with a specific meditation, you can easily bond to the place without the body, especially the physical body, since you have to interact with the people with the physical body. According to the Dhamma, okay, once you reach to the first jhana, the final level, which is a Brahma, you will be stay alone. Because in Brahma level, you will just find you yourself appears in that level without anybody. Yeah, I think from here, I would like to ask the questions. Is, okay, 4 of you, do you prefer next life being alone, or you prefer with a lot of, you prefer a lot of human being and have a relationship with people? Can you put up your hand if you prefer alone? No matter it's the Brahma or above Brahma or Nibbana, can you put up your hand? Let me take a look. You don't like relationship with the human somewhat. Sally, do you prefer alone for being alone in the next life? You don't like it, or you don't answer? You don't want? Okay, okay. Yeah. Okay. Let me on the mic for you. We can interact. Elena, yes.
Alone.
Okay. You still prefer with you? You still prefer have a relationship with somebody, lah? Huh? Am I right? If that's the case, maybe you have tendency for being bodhisattva or the level below the first Brahma. Okay, then you will have interaction. Mr. Leong, yes. Okay, let me on the mic for you. Yes.
Actually, according to Buddha, we should be in solitude.
Yes. So, no, I mean, how about you? You, what's the choice?
Okay, half lah.
How about Mrs. Leong? How about Mrs. Leong?
Second.
Second.
You prefer interact with people, right? Well, this is very important, class. Okay, once you choose, once you choose and you make a vow, your karma will lead you to that way. I noticed that a lot of people are suffering they suffer due to the relationship, so they end up, they prefer for being alone. This is very common. I think Sally prefer being alone. Am I right? Oh, so this is why you leave the legal form, right? You don't want the interaction, all right? And make the kick from down to dust better than deal with the law guy, right? Okay. So let's take a look. Yes.
If we were to long for people's company, that be as attachment.
Sorry, what's the question? You mean what attachment?
I mean, to longing for companionship, is that
Yes.
attachment?
Oh, okay. Well, Mr. Leong, it depends, okay, if let's say, okay, you prefer being with the people, all right, and one day when you separate from them, you feel suffer, there will be attachment, okay. But if let's say you prefer being with the people, contact with them and help them, and once separation, you can be isolated. You feel enjoy for being isolated and feel enjoy for being interacting, meaning to say that it's not defilement. Mr. Leong, it depends. It depends. You check the effect, you know whether it's attachment or detachment. Okay. Okay. So let's further go to the Four Noble Truths. Okay. Well, according here, all right, and it explained the state of overcoming the world and being rid of the suffering. Okay, meaning to say that rid of the suffering, extinction, it means nibbana actually. Nibbana, basically, it's very clear definition. That's the nibbana, and the way will be the Four Noble Truths. Okay, we'll go through detail a little bit in the way lah. Okay, since Mr. Leong, I remember you aim for Western Pure Land, right? Okay. Well, in the
Right.
Sutta of Western Pure Land, it doesn't explain detail what are they going to do in the Western Pure Land. Okay. But I believe we will continue the Four Noble Truths, the practice and meditation in Western Pure Land. That should be the way. Not just stay there and do nothing. I don't think so. They must do something. Am I right? Logic, right? Okay.
I think there will be a lot of Dharma talk, Dharma listening in that realm.
Yeah, that should be the way. They must do something. But since it doesn't explain detail in the Pure Land Sutra, if you go to ask further, they can't answer you. They say you don't ask so much, you just go there and then they will answer you like that. Okay. Well, I think yeah. Anyway, we have to. I mean, sometimes we have to learn more dharmas in order to have a better explanation for ourselves. Okay. Okay. Let's go further. Okay, well, dependent originations is the second important thing. It's not particularly different from Four Noble Truths. Actually, both there's a similarity. Okay, why do we say so? Let's take a look. You see. Okay, since you have already memorized, this is the cause. Past this is the cause, and this is the effect. Okay? And this is the present cause. This is the future effects. We still see cause effects as in the Four Noble Truths. Okay, it's still a cause effect. Okay, but which is in different angle only. Okay, we will know in detail what angle. What is it about in the coming lesson. And there was one of the keyword is mutual conditioning, meaning to say that okay, ignorance will condition the volition actions. What does it mean? Meaning to say that by having the ignorance, ignorance will condition the mental formation, and the mental formations will condition the consciousness. Meaning to say that without the mental formation, consciousness cannot arise. Without the mental formation, without the ignorance, mental formations cannot arise. That is the reason how people use the dependent origination to structure the meditation course. Since they know that ignorance is the main cause and also the craving is the main cause, they will aim to teach two places to eradicate it. Meaning to say that once you eradicate the ignorance and the craving, finally you will be liberated. So this is how they use the dependent originations. Okay, let's go further. So this is a classical 12th link of the dependent origination. Dependent origination holds that suffering and accumulation are dependent on condition. Meaning to say that everything depends on the conditions. Conditions mean relationships, factor, and the causes. Okay, once you can extinguish one, the rest could be extinguished. And finally, it will lead to the emancipation. Okay, so this is a very good theory to explain the meditation method. Okay, now we go to the in general. Mr. Leong, please can you read through it?
In general, Four Noble Truth dependent origination are the small wheel dharmas. People who think this do not know that these teachings are also evidenced in all the profound Buddha's dharmas of the Great Wheel. As for their respective inclinations, it can be said that the small vehicle dharma emphasizes the explanation of suffering and accumulation, while the great vehicle dharma emphasizes the extinction and the way, especially the explanation of extinction. For example, in the Madha, Maka, and Yogacara of the Great Wheel, the Mahika on emptiness and the Yoga Kranins on the dependent origination never depart from the scope of the Four Noble Truths and dependent originations. It is clearly stated in the suttas, Simla Devi Shimhada Sutta, that the four truths of the small vehicle are limited and require effort to become complete, whereas the four truths of the great vehicle are unlimited and require no more to be considered complete. It is also said in the Nirvana Sutta that with and attain the enlightenment of the Sravaka, while people with superior wisdom contemplate dependent origination and attain the enlightenment of the Buddha. The Buddha Dharma never departs from the doctrines of the four truths and dependent origination. The only in the partial or complete realization and different level of teaching.
Okay, thank you so much. Let's go through. Mr. Leong, I think you have some eyesight problem. Since you can read Yogacara, Yogacharins, maybe you got eyesight problem or the visibility is not good, right? In your place, am I right? Oh yes.
Right.
So you omit some character, huh? Okay, huh?
Yeah.
Mr. Leong, do you know how to off the mic? You try to learn off the mic.
Now don't know. When
No, don't know.
after the
No, don't know. Okay, never mind. I off for you first, okay? So that not disturbing how the sound, no, without sound from you. And the way. Look at challenges. you have been sitting for 1 hour. Do you need 5 minutes for toilet break? Yes. Mr. Leong, do you need it? Sally, no need. Elena, do you need? No need. Mr. Leong, do you need to go to toilet? No need. Okay. All right. That's good. Okay. So let's continue. Okay. In general, okay, it is thought that four truth and dependent origination are the small vehicle dharma. Okay. Okay. Class, please. Now we no more using small vehicle, especially we talk to Theravada. Okay. This is a sarcastical remark. Okay. People who think. All right, let's take a look. Yes, it can be said that small vehicle dharma emphasizes the explanation of suffering and accumulations, and the great vehicle dharma emphasizes the extinctions and the way. This is some perspective, perspective, meaning to say that the small vehicle and the great vehicle both have different emphasis. Have different emphasis. I think this is true. The reason is once you go to the Theravadic country, they talk a lot regards the 5 aggregates. So that is the suffering and the accumulation. But if you go to the more Mahayana school, you will notice that they talk about the nibbana, the state in the nibbana, and also maybe the ways how to attain it. Okay, well, I think maybe not that really like that. Because when we go to the Mahayana, more on chanting, bowing, and more on Fahui, right or not? I think not much discuss about the Nibbana and also the way to Nibbana, right? Elena said it, not much talk about this, right? Not very much, but sometimes maybe the Dharma, the great vehicle Dharma is like that, but in reality, it doesn't happen like that. I think 5 aggregate is the truth. Right, Mr. Leong, in Theravadin, 5 aggregate is always emphasized, right? Okay, yes, that's true. Okay, let me open the mic for you. Okay, yes, sir. It's always emphasized. Yeah. Okay. Okay, so let's take a look. Okay, when we talk about the great vehicle, it used to mention is the Madhyamikas and the Yogacharin. Okay, Madhyamika is on an emptiness. Okay, that is the correct. That means the specifications. All right, Madhyamika is the school which appeared about 1 century. All right, this school is very emphasized on emptiness. Okay, now according to some academic study, the emptiness in Madhyamika is quite equivalent to the Nikaya. So that is very good. When we see there is a link between them, there will be some communicate. There will be some communication once there is the link between them. Okay, so always remember, Madhyamika is more emphasized on the theory like Sutra and the Diamond Sutra. Both of them is about the emptiness. They will use the emptiness to explain everything. All right. Whereas second is the Yogacharin. Okay. Let's take a look. Yogacharina is more on dependent origination. Okay, this is, I'm quite surprised they mention like this. But what I understand about the Yogacharin is, Yogacharins, from the name yoga, we understand that they're very emphasized on meditation. Okay, and in Yogacharin, they include the Sravaka and also the Bodhisattva path both together. In Yogacharin, you will know that the way to meditation is very clearly and detailed explained in the Yogacharin. And in Yogacharin school, they believe that everything is created by our mind. So, scholarly speaking, a lot of scholars acknowledge that Yogacharya is the school which appeared due to the Samadhi payment. Meaning to say that there's they got they got a part of people they prefer meditation. They attain very good samadhi, and from the experience, they notice that everything is created by their mind. So they established the school, which we call mind only or Yogacharin. Okay. Maybe this question we can ask Sally. Sally, meditate for so long, do you have the perception that everything is created by our mind? Once you are in the absorption, do you have this type of feeling that everything created by ourselves? And Elena also, do you have this type of experience? It's the mind only actually. Don't know how to answer. Never mind. Okay. If one day you realize that, the experience will be very true, because yoga. This is how the yoga charin school developed. Very interesting, very interesting. Okay, so let's take a look here. Yoga charin. Okay, they also never depart from the scope of four truths and the dependent originations. Okay. Then we take a look and say, okay, the four truths of great vehicle unlimited. Okay, unlimited. Okay, but according to the Nivarana Sutra, they said the less wisdom will be the Sravaka. With the superior wisdom, there will be dependent origination and attain enlightenment. The reason is Sravaka still have to depend on people teach them, so they are the less wisdom. But Buddha and also the Pachika Buddha, they can realize dependent origination and enlightenment without people teaching. So we call them superior wisdom. It is logic to realize something without people teaching. Sally, it is logic to realize something without people teaching. Logic. There must be some cause behind. Mr. Leong, please try to explain what's the logic behind.
Yes, it is possible if they cultivated their 10 paramis and their clarity of mind.
In the past life, right? Yes.
Right.
Yeah, it must be past life. So that, in the past life, there might be Sravaka. Okay. Once reborn to this life, if without existence of Buddha, and they remember their practice, so they will become either Prachaka Buddha or Buddha. There must be the cause and condition behind. It won't happen without any reason. If things happen without reason, that is not the Buddhism, okay? This is not Buddhism. That's we call it maybe some external path, okay? Let's continue. Okay, the Buddha Dharma never depart from the doctrine of Four Noble Truths, okay, in the partial, okay, but the difference is the partial or complete realizations, or maybe different level of teaching, okay. But in reality, okay, I think maybe if you used to be in Mahayana, okay, environment to do the practice, they seldom talk about dependent origination and Four Noble Truths. The reason is they have labeled it as the Dharma for small vehicle only. It had been labeled, this is a wrongly labeled, and this is a wrong, they label it wrongly, and also they label it in a demean way also. Well, this is, this is the, sorry, well, this is the historical background to cause it happen like that. Okay. Anyway, we just we just bear in mind that in order to become a good and better Mahayana, we have to ensure that we have a good fundamental in Four Noble Truths and dependent originations. Okay. Okay. Now, next paragraph. Okay. Please, paragraph 66. Sally, please read through it. Okay.
Suffering, accumulation, extinction, all the Four Noble Truths. The Four Noble Truths are those of suffering, accumulation, extinction, the way. These four are called the Four Noble Truths in the Sutra. Suffering, everyone has just a why specifically talk about the Four Noble Truths? Reality is actually three of the two. Accumulation means frictions and magnetic force that friction generates. Extinction means to extinguish afflictions in order to put an end to the recurrence of suffering. The way is the precepts, meditation, and wisdom, which are the methods practiced to counteract illusions and to reach nirvana. But these truths can be recognized only from knowledge of truth, realized only by sages. Therefore, it is said in the Nirvana Sutra, the ordinary people suffer but do not know the truth of suffering, while the sages suffer and know this. It is also said in the Jing Sutra of Jing and Ren. Buddha spoke of the truth of suffering, that reality is suffering, that suffering cannot be changed to happiness. Accumulation is the real cause of suffering. There is no other cause. If suffering is extinguished, it is the same as a cause being extinguished. When the cause is extinguished, so is the effect. The way to extinguish suffering is the real way. There's no other way. The suffering nature of the human world, the causal nature of afflictions, and the nature of nirvana is extinction. The therapeutic nirvana attaining nature of the precepts, meditation, and wisdom, these are the real, inevitable, absolute. Only the sages can realize them profoundly and firmly without lingering doubt. So they are called the Four Noble Truths.
Okay, thank you. Let's try to digest this part. when we talk about suffering, I think the one who suffer most in this COVID-19 outbreak is Elena because she can't travel anymore. Hey, do you really feel suffer? Huh? No, you need to take a break, and the earth need to take a break also. I know this. You see, now everywhere it's so quiet, so peace. It seems that our earth is taking opportunity to have a rest. And the pollutions is zero. You know, everybody stay at home. No people. I mean, the pollution is not that bad now compared before the outbreak. You see. It seems that I think maybe the earth try to take revenge over human because we never appreciate the earth. Am I right? Something like that. So now the Mother Earth take revenge, give us a good lesson. Okay, let's continue have a look to this. We talk about the suffering. Okay, in reality, suffering is the actual misery of the human world. This is the reality, all right? Okay, the suffer, as we mentioned just now, all right? And we talk about the accumulation means the affliction and the karmic force, okay? Affliction usually means what? Affliction usually is the greedy, anger, and stupidity. It used to be these 3 points, all right? That is the affliction we mean, all right? And also, affliction sometimes mean the ignorance and the craving. Most of the sutra will support that ignorance and the craving is the main cause for the suffering. Okay, if we can extinguish both of them, then we will attain the liberation, and there will be no more existence. All right, let's take a look. Okay, we should put an end to the recurrence of suffering. And what is the way? The way means precision, meditation, and wisdom. This is the other words for Four Noble Truth. Okay, no, this is the other word for Eight Noble Path. Okay, but according here, you take a look. It can be truly realized only by the sages only. I mean, for the real reality, for those who can really understand the reality, only the sages only know the truth only. Now, okay, we also know the Four Noble Truth through studying, am I right? But I think maybe the Four Noble Truth we realize maybe more academically and maybe partially in a more superficial way. Okay, Mr. Leong, have you ever heard about Pao Zero meditation? Have you ever heard about Pao Zero? Yes. Well, Pao Zero, I think, is the school among the Theravadin who introduced the most profound meditation. They can really go, they will use the fourth jhana and go to see the real Namarupa. Go to the, they will try to analyze our 5 aggregates to the most subtle part. And from here, they will discover the Four Noble Truth. Have you heard about that? Yes. So far, I think this is the only school by using a deep jhana to see the thing, okay? But in normal, the Dharma school, we won't go to so deep. We will say that, oh, you see, we see people die. Okay, we see the COVID-19. Oh, the whole world is suffering. We used to explain it this way, okay? But this way of explanation, undoubtedly, it is hardly and cannot attain Nibbana. I think attaining Nibbana really need a quite deep meditative skill and insight to realize the Four Noble Truth. Okay.
Yes. Some of them also meditate on the 4 elements to the very final state.
Yes, that's true. That's we so-called 4 elements. From 4 elements, once they're able to analyze it, once they are able to analyze it, they will realize that the self doesn't exist. This is their very skillful part. Okay. And also, just now we mentioned dependent origination, right? Okay. We say ignorant conditions the volition, right? And the volitions conditions the consciousness. Okay. From the volitions to the consciousness, actually there is one is the previous life, one is the present life. Okay. According to them, they managed to using the light of the nimitta to check which is your past life volitions which caused you to reincarnate to this life. So meaning to say that even though this is not a psychic, but they managed to use the nimitta and the jhana power to check your past life. So this is a really profound and it's a very good method. Okay, I hope maybe all of you can really go to try this method before you get the COVID out, before you get the COVID-19. Okay, joke ni lah. Okay. Take a look, you see, the Buddha spoke of the truth of suffering. They say the reality is suffering, and the suffering cannot be changed to happiness. Since it is the truth, you can't change. Okay. But if you say suffering is cannot be changed to happiness, if I challenge you that, no, I feel happy with my family, I feel happy once I have a lot of money, I feel happy when I enjoy the food, how does Elena explain and rebut that? You're eating now. No mind, we let Sally answer it. She is enjoying now. Better don't reply this type of questions to disappointing her. Sally, how do you explain to people that you say suffering cannot change, but I enjoy my life now? Are you having a lunch, Elena? Are you having a lunch? Okay, yes.
Yeah, cannot lunch yo.
你好意思講 sorry，哎呀，等陣冇晒開，double check 我哋啊，OK。Yeah, Sally, how do you answer? You said suffering cannot be changed, but I enjoy now. You are hesitant. Mrs. Leong, how do you explain 可以講廣東話。
唔識。
唔識。Mr. Leong?
The happiness that we have, if we, in terms of money and riches, is just a temporary happiness. But the ultimate suffering we still have through.
Yeah, meaning to say that the joy will end. So that is another definition of suffering. Very good, Mr. Leong. Clap. No. One clap. Okay, enough. Okay, we enjoy during the outbreak of the COVID-19. All right, let's take a look. Okay, if the suffering is extinguished, it's the same as the cause being extinguished. Okay, always remember this chart. This is the very important chart. Okay, since we understand that when you manage to eradicate the cause, then the effect will gone. Then the present cause you may eradicate it, and the future effects will gone. This is very important. Okay, this is very important charts.
Chief, I have a question.
Yes, please.
How can suffering be extinguished? How can the suffering be extinguished when the cause is there?
Oh, okay. Sorry,
Need for the effect to take place.
我去收衫先啊。
落水。
好落水啊！吹風。
落水啊！你去兩先啦。
我要攞氣筆啊！我就嚟36%，我驚冇電啊！
茶已經
係咯，
涼啦。
似都冇。Linda 師傅咁快嘅收完衫啦你？
哇，氣筆都未好就翻嚟。
Mr. Leong?
Toilet.
Okay, toilet. We can have a break. Okay. Okay. Well, just now, Mr. Leong asked the question that if let's say we still got the suffering, all right, how can we eradicate the suffering? Am I right? We got the body, we still got the body, okay? So how does how do we eradicate suffering? Okay, well, we can answer the question, okay, with the graph, with the diagram. Okay, basically, okay, the consciousness, mind, and the matter, we can't eradicate because surely we got a body and a mind, and we got the sixth sense, we can't eradicate it. And also once we got the sixth sense, it is unavoidable that we must have a contact and we must have the feeling. But we can try to avoid the craving, especially once, the six faculty contact with the outside. By using the meditation method, okay, some method will try to be mindful. They will always alert you and warn you to be mindful. The reason is when you are mindful during the contact, you can avoid the craving. So from the feeling to craving is one places for you to start the meditation. Okay, so we need to say that we can eradicate the present effects, but the present cause, if you can avoid the craving, it will. The future story will be no more. Okay, the future story will be no more. Okay, and secondly, some meditation method, especially in the Myanmar, they manage by using the power of the jhanas to try to eradicate the ignorance. Why? Because the definition of ignorance is is without understanding of the anicca, dukkha, and anatta. Okay, once you manage to understand, to see the anicca, dukkha, and anatta, they will be from ignorance to be avijja will become vicca in a simple way. So this is the way how they use it. They use the theory of Tibetan originations to solve the issue. Okay, to use this to settle the suffering. Okay. Do I answer your question, Mr. Leong? Do I answer you?
Yes, and then does this mindfulness come into the dependent origination chart?
Oh yes, it's here. Is it? It's in the feeling. Okay, you must be mindful in your feeling. From the feeling, you have to avoid to be the craving. So the chart, we don't see the mindfulness, but it's in the feeling part. You have to be careful, aware to your feeling. Okay. All right. Get it?
Thank you.
Okay. Okay. Welcome. Okay. So let's continue. All right. Okay, off your mic, Mr. Leong. Okay, okay. This is all is real, inevitable, and absolute. Only the sages can realize them profoundly. Yes, once you are sages, you can realize. Okay, and firmly without lingering doubt. Okay, maybe now we still doubt. Okay, so they are called the Four Noble Truths. When we realize it without any doubt, they will be the truth. Now go to the number first, the truth of suffering. Okay, Elena, please read through it.
The truth of suffering. Suffering arises from not getting what one desires, from associating with those who dislike and parting with those one loves, from being born, becoming old, getting sick, and dying. It all comes from the union of the five aggregates. In the Four Truths, suffering is described first. This means that the first thing to recognize is that suffering constitutes the real world, our bodies and minds. Suffering is an oppressive annoyance and oppression of the body and mind that makes one feel trapped and distraught.
Okay, the diagram. Okay, yeah, please go through the diagram. Okay.
Okay, suffering from the five grasping aggregates, from relating to external objects, suffering from not getting what is desired, from relating to society, suffering from being with those who are disliked, suffering from parting with those who are loved, from relating to the body and mind, suffering from being born, suffering from being old, suffering from being sick, suffering from dying. The Buddha has described the various categories of suffering, but from the human standpoint, the most important are the 8 sufferings. Suffering arises when one does not get what one desires. Fame, power, position, family, wealth, etc. are all desired by people, but frequently they are unobtainable. To seek but not to get something is suffering. After getting the desired object, one wishes not to lose it. Or if one has trouble with it, one hopes to get rid of it, but cannot. The sutra says, if what one seeks is not obtained, one will suffer as if being shot by an arrow. This is the suffering from not getting what is desired, which is triggered by dealing with external things. The suffering that comes when one associates with those whom one dislikes, the suffering that comes when one is separated from those one loves, are suffering arising from social relationships encountered in all the realms of. Some people have disagreement or blame and hate one another. It is best for them not to associate, but sometimes they have to live together, work together, or talk to one another. Unable to forgive one another, yet unable to part, they experience extreme misery. Loved ones, on the contrary, parents, siblings, spouses, children, friends, and lovers, have to part sometimes forever. They miss one another and live with unhappy thoughts that this miserable separation will last indefinitely. The suffering of being born, the suffering of growing old, the suffering of becoming sick, the suffering of dying all stem from our experiences with our own body and mind. Ordinary people always think that birth brings happiness, while old age, sickness, death brings sadness. They do not realize that after being born, one cannot avoid becoming old, getting sick and dying. Aging, sickness, and death come from being born. So what is so happy about being born? Birth is the root of suffering. Old age, sickness, and death are like the branches, leaves, flower, and fruit of birth. From the root to the fruit, all is.
Thank you so much. Let's try to digest this big chunk of paragraph. Lena, 你飲涼茶啊？滾水茶。 Somebody forget to mute the handphone. Okay. Okay, since most of us are middle-aged and above, it is very easy to explain this. Okay, sometimes when I try to explain this, maybe to the teenager, I find it quite hard. The reason is they are inexperienced. Let's take a look to the suffering. Okay, the first truth: suffering constitutes the real world, our body and mind. Okay, as I say, sometimes there's a definition for the suffering. Once we talk about body and mind, it's the last definition. And I mean, the previous 7 suffering is due to the last suffering, which is our body and mind. If without body and mind, we don't have the other 7 suffering. And here the definition is: suffering means oppressive annoyance, oppressive of the body and mind that make one feel trapped and distraught. Okay. And X suffering, the first one is the external object. And we will suffer once we get something what is desired, but we didn't get it. Okay. But once we get it, we are so frightened that we might lose it. Okay. I think maybe once we talk about the external object, especially we are in a very, we are in a very critical situations, we can feel it more strongly, especially nowadays. The mask is something which is everybody looking for. I think this is the suffering for most of the people. I can understand that if, let's say, you are involved in the high-risk occupation, for example, like you work in a counter, okay, nurse works, you work like the waitress, okay, but you don't have mask, and the company fail to provide you the mask. Okay, at this station, I think we will feel insecure because since they are the high-risk occupation but without mask. They will try to look for it but cannot get it. So I mean, this is the contradictions. They have to work. They cannot stop working, but they still have to encounter the high-risk situations. It will cause them suffering. So that is the meaning of the suffering. But that's the meaning of you want to get something which you cannot get. But anyway, now even though we are out of stock for the mask, now they make by themselves. Mr. Leong, I think your job is considered high risk also. Are you able to make the mask by yourself? Are you able? Let me on the mic for you. Are you able to make a mask for yourself?
Can make.
Okay. Because Mr. Leong, you are considered high risk also, but comparatively low risk with the waitress, doctor, nurse. Okay, but still high risk because you're exposed to many students. We don't know the background. What is the races? Chinese or Malay, or include all the races?
100% Chinese.
Oh, okay. So meaning to say, it is comparatively low risk if all is Malay lah. Okay. So this is the number one suffering. Okay. Second, if relate to the society. Okay. If let's say, okay, yes, please.
If let's say, for example, the low risk situation can also turn into high risk because of the location.
Why? Can I explain further?
Because the location, then you the risk of what you call contacting in the near vicinity of the affected location.
Oh yeah, sure. For example, I think now the high risk area will be Selangor. Selangor got the most confirmed case. Meaning to say, if you drive in maybe Perlis or Seremban, they will be better in Kuala Lumpur in Selangor. Am I right?
Insurance also got law.
Oh yeah, we are high risk area also. I think Cheras got lah, but if I mean the number, we are still not that bad yet. But I mean anytime only. Anytime it can be turn up become high risk anytime. Okay. But anyway, even though there's a lockdown, I think I will run away lah. I will just stay in the earth only because no place can go. Whole Malaysia, because the tablik they walk around. Tablik mean what? Tablik mean the preacher will walk everywhere to preach. You see, so we don't know. Now I think whole Malaysia, we got the virus. No place to run. Okay, so just be here, Just be here.
Stay put.
Okay, now from relating to society, suffer, from being with those who are disliked, meaning to say that we have to associate with somebody who we don't like, and especially it is related to the close relationship. For example, the relationship in the company, can't sack your staff, because you are not the boss, and you have to associate with him or her, or maybe during the family member, not all the family member will have a good relationship, but you have to deal with them, and you have to stay together. So that is the suffering. I think sometimes the relationship is a paradox. Once you can stay together with the people, you have a good relationship within the family member and in the company, that will be it is very joyful, but one day the suffering, you don't know what to do, basically, in NGO, there will be more suffering compared with the profitable organization. The reason is in NGO, the people come by volunteer. You can't sack them out, but especially everybody is a volunteer, but you have to work together, the committee member, but in the profitable organization, they can sack you if, let's say, you're really very bad in performance. So meaning to say that sometimes this type of relationship, it depends on the context, and it depends on how about the management level to handle it. Some people can really will really leave the job due to this type of relationship. Here I think everybody knows it so well, because everybody is old and experienced. Am I right? So this is something dislike and suffering from parting with those who are loved. I think especially if we encountering the person who we love die, but I think maybe the most suffering in our human world is the suffering of the death of to the mother. I think to the mother or parents. I think this is the most suffering among the suffering. Are you agree? The die of a son to the parents. Agree? Agree. So meaning we don't know why the relationship between it used to be there. the mother loved the son more than the son loved the mother or parents. It used to be like that. It used to be like that. Okay, I mean, it is fair also, because now you are the parents. Okay, you feel suffer. You always worry with the son and daughter. But we were the son of the daughter from somebody also. So I think it is fair lah. Well, anyway, it seems that this is it is how lucky if we still got parents there, because our parents is the those who most appreciate us and never betray us. So this is we call, the relationship. It happened once a son and a daughter depart their parents. I think this is the most suffering compared to the rest. Okay, so I think we stop our class here. Okay, we stop our class here.